Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. So, I just got done listening to the Cam Newton story with his pops. Um, I loved it. It was a great interview. Cam basically was going through talking about his last days of being a New England Patriot. Talked about when he first got there, how he didn't even really have that much time to really be prepared for the season. Remember, they picked him up, I think, 3 weeks before the season. He hadn't had no preseason, no anything. But everybody else, like the Cowboys, get an excuse, but he can't get that excuse. So now here's the thing. I just want to make this perfectly clear. Mac Jones, and from what Cam said, Cam was spot on what he said. He's right where he says, Mac Jones is going to be a good player in this league. He's going to win games. And he kept it cordial, which we knew Cam would do. Like, this interview didn't prove nothing to me, but it did answer some of the stuff that, shout out to Chris Cervantes, what he has said and what I have said from the get-go, which we were telling Christian, shout out to Christian too, that's little bro, is that they set Cam up for failure. Cam answered a question. The New England Patriots knew and allowed him to go see his doctor to get tested and to get another opinion. That's facts. So for all you media people who have been trying to paint Cam as this bad guy because you guys want him out the league, you guys did the same thing to a player named Carmelo Anthony, a guy who has been a model citizen, who has been very cordial to players, never's been an a-hole, has been probably one of the nicest human beings. You guys treated him like crap. Now, I'm not talking about him as a husband or whatever, you know, that's his business. Him and his wife, I feel like they both are guilty. I think both parties in a marriage are guilty. Um, Sometimes it may be one more than the other. But with Cam, let me get back on subject. Cam Newton basically was set up to fail, and he was set up to be the scapegoat. I told you guys last year when Bill Belichick brought Cam in, he brought Cam in because he wanted Cam to be the scapegoat. So if the Patriots didn't do well, it wasn't going to be because of Stidham. It wasn't going to be because of Belichick and his lack of picking up talent or building a team. Belichick is an F when it comes to bringing in talent and making a team. And building a team from ground up. He has been very poor in that department. Some people may lie to you, like the Boston delusionists, and tell you, oh, it's been all Belichick these years. Belichick knew if he didn't have a successful season last year, he could blame it on Cam. You can look at it or not, and all this is allegedly, so please, nobody come and try to strike my page. Cam Newton basically also said they allowed him to leave. They didn't voice any concerns. They didn't say anything of the out of the ordinary, saying, well, if you leave, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. He didn't know. He asked them, they obliged, they let him go. But the media trying to make it seem like, oh well, Cam did it on his own, like Skip Baseless. That's why I tell you guys, Skip Baseless. I lost respect for Skip Baseless when Jalen Rose called him out. I've never had respect for him after that. Has he said some things that have been true? Yeah. I mean, shoot, the sun shines on the dog ass at least once a day. So somebody who isn't who who isn't cool or you don't like or you may like, they're gonna be right once in a while and they're gonna be wrong some of the time. So Skip Baseless was trying to make it like that. Shannon was, of course, talking about, well, you got to take the vaccine. You got to listen. The vaccine is nothing more than a placebo. What it does is it helps it helps you deal with the virus. It's like the flu shot. You still could catch the flu, but it would help you deal with it better as if you didn't have it, which is facts. But also, they're pushing this thing way too hard. Like, you better take it, or they're trying to con you with tickets. They're trying to con you with money and things like that. And to me, that's when a red flag comes up for it. Now, I got my vaccination. I got both of my shots because I work in the field. And now Biden basically is starting to enforce, if you don't have the vaccine, then you cannot go to work and you will lose your job. Which, shout out to Carcino for Life, was right again on. Carcino told us about all of this stuff a year ago, maybe two. He told us about this stuff. So that's why I've been walking around cool, because the man tells the truth. You guys may not like his truth. Now, do I agree with him on everything? Absolutely not. There's a lot of stuff that I disagree with him with. But I respect him because he's a man, and he's a real man who's going to let you know what it is and what is not. But shout out to him, and shout out to his Screen Fiend, his One Crack News. He got so many pages, man. Cino's the hustler. that man he the man. And shout out to his Patreon. I'm a VIP member. Please go to his Patreon. $25 a month, and it's worth it. To me, Cino should be charging us $80 or $100 because the information he's giving us is key. But he's generous and only charging us $25. And people complaining about it, stop complaining about it. If you don't have it, shut the fuck up. If you ain't got no money, shut the fuck up. Because if it was anybody else, you guys would be down there, yo man, here's my money. Yeah, you're going to go buy some green for 25, 30, 40. So, off topic a bit. Cam Newton also answered where Mac Jones was helping him was teaching him the plays. This bullshit Nikovic, aka bootlicking Nikovic. He's nothing but a Bill Belichick throat baby. So he basically trying to say that, and that's not true. Cam Newton said that no, Mac was getting it worse than him. Like, they were throwing the plays and everything at him, like twofold, tenfold. Cam, his first year, said, yeah, he didn't understand the playbook, and the dumb down, which they love to use the black quarterbacks, was not even used. Cam Newton was adding to the playbook. He was talking to Josh about, how about we add this with this wrinkle, and they were working together. And like Josh McDaniels said, Cam Newton did everything we asked him to do, and he looked great doing it. He looked better than what we suspected. But you have to understand, Mac Jones is a better fit for the New England Patriots. Cam Newton was not that. Cam Newton, to me, would be a better fit in, I thought, Atlanta. I thought Atlanta Falcons should have got rid of Matt Ryan, and they should have let Cam be the quarterback. Cam would do a lot more with that team to me than Matt Ryan, because Matt Ryan is done. He's done. People don't want to let it be known, but he is. Oh, he put up these yards. Okay, empty stats. Same thing y'all said about Dak. Empty stats, empty calories. But when it comes to the white quarterback, we give a bigger leeway to it. Mac Jones did not outplay Cam. Mac Jones had more opportunities than Cam, and you could tell because Mac Jones had more passing attempts and more passing yards. Cam Newton had the better statistical numbers, higher completion percentage, better passer rating, and less starts. So I'm going to go with the guy who's more efficient in less starts. I would have went with Cam Newton. But Bill Belichick is an egotistical maniac, and he's very overrated, and he's going to basically be proven, called out, and proven wrong. Now, is Mac Jones going to win games? Yeah, Mac's going to win games because the team this year is better. It's funny to me, they get a team and they make a team better for the white quarterback, but the black quarterback can't have the same weapons. Kyler Murray got weapons. Because that's what you pink folk gonna say. Oh, well, look at Kyler. That's one out of how many black quarterbacks? Russell Wilson had help. That's two. Deshaun Watson had help, but Bill O'Brien got rid of all his help. So what are we talking about? And then also Cam Newton answered this question, is that when he was quarterback and he would go to the sideline and talk to Hoyer and Mack and would ask them, if they needed help or, what did they see out there? What any other quarterback would do. Your backup quarterbacks have a headset in the playbook because they're watching the field, seeing things that you may not have seen, and they help you. This has happened to Tom Brady. This has happened to Peyton Manning. But those guys don't get highlighted for that. It's always the black quarterback. And I keep telling you idiots and you dumb racist fans. Yes, you fans are racist. Especially you New England Patriot fans. Boston is racist entirely. To me, very racist. And to me, I say 70% of the NFL fans, the white fans, are racist. The only 30%, they actually have a clear head and actually see what's going on. And that's the facts. You can keep saying race don't have nothing to do with it. Race always has something to do with it. Now, are there some black people who ain't shit, lazy? Yeah. Cam Newton said it best. Cam Newton said, there's black people who do you wrong. There's white people who aren't the devil. They're real cool people. And that's the truth. Me, I just don't like pink folk because I feel like even though they'll be nice to you, they will always have that white haywire gene in them where it's going to be like, I have to watch out for myself. And if a black person is there with me, I can pin it on him. They always have that in their mind. They always have that in their mind. Whether they do it or they don't do it at the time, they're just prolonging the process. Bill Belichick, and he prolonged the process. And Cam Newton thought, oh, okay, I'm finna be the number 2. That's fine. He had no problem with backing up Mac. You guys made it the problem. You guys are saying that Cam doesn't. Now, this was funny to me. Skip Baseless just said Cam Newton's not a backup quarterback. He should be a starter. He's earned that right. Then when Dallas had their preseasons, he's like, I think Cam ought to go back up Dak. I think. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Truth or no truth. Just let me know if I'm lying. Now, Mac Jones played well in the preseason. He played damn good, but he was against the 2s and the 3s. He didn't play that much against the 1s. Cam played against the 2s and the 3s because a lot of the teams they played, they didn't play their starters. I watched it. You guys watch these sports shows. I don't. I go into it and watch it because I actually can read body language. I can read people. I have always been a great judge of character. That's why in my life, I've never gotten in trouble. And that's why I have lived, to me, a great life so far in my 36 years. Because I know how to judge people. I listen to what people say. And people will always say what they say, but they will also say something that they didn't want to say. So the thing is, it was a great interview. I'm not going to tell y'all all about it. I want you guys to go to Cam Newton's page and please go look at it because it's a great listen. Great listen and everything. So now, to me, it was very disrespectful how the Patriots treated him. Teddy Bruschi, you're a bitch. Rodney Harrison, you a coon ass nigga. And I said it, you're coonish. You made it seem like Cam wasn't shit when you didn't do your job. You were doing it off bias. What you should have done is you should have been approaching the situation and gave your take. And Ninkovich, you are a hoe bitch. You are a hoe and a bitch. You're a hoe bitch. A hoe and a bitch. That's what you are. For you to do that and say that lie, to put that lie out there along with all them other people, You ought to be ashamed of yourself. It's the same bullshit that coon-ass dude Charles Barkley said about Kobe Bryant when he said that he quit in that game, when Kobe did not quit. I watched the game. Kobe started incorporating his team in the game because you bitch-ass fans and you bitch-ass media people were like, oh, well, this all he do is jack up shots. Oh, no, he quit this game. He didn't go. Rob Parker's slow-talking ass. Yo bitch-ass too, Rob. Fake Detroit, that's your name, Fake Detroit. You know, I love T, that's my guy, Hollywood T, but that dude, Rob Parker, is a whole bitch. That means a hoe and a bitch. That's what he is. You guys, Kenny Smith was the only one who defended Kobe Bryant that day. Kenny Smith, a role player. And Charles, you shouldn't be talking. But I'm going to get on Charles later. But Charles has said some good stuff lately. He keeps it 99, but there's other stuff I'm expose Charles on in a later video. Now, Kenny Smith was the only one to support Kobe. And out here, Cam Newton, nobody's supporting him but the fans and but realists, like on YouTube, real people who watch the game. And that Mad Dog Sports Giants fan, you a whole bitch too. Cam Newton has played with the lessest talent of any player outside of Tom Brady. He's had the lesser talent of anybody. Next to him, I would say now is Lamar Jackson. But you guys don't say nothing about that. But Josh Allen could get Stephon Diggs. He can get all these guys. Michael Vick. He only had Algie Crumpler, but he still won games. He went in the Lambeau and won. And you guys never still gave him a pass. Y'all was like, oh, well, he just lucked up. Well, how come after he did it, how come nobody was able to beat them in Lambeau but the Giants? The Giants were the only ones outside of Michael Vick that beat them in Lambeau on that long stretch. And the Packers had a better team. So, to me, you guys are ridiculous. Cam Newton has been wrongfully judged. And then y'all guys want to talk about how he dressed. It's not the Patriot way. Fuck the Patriot way. The Patriot way wants shit until y'all got Tom Brady. If y'all didn't get Tom Brady, y'all weren't going to win nothing. Drew Bledsoe was throwing picks, losing games. Him and Belichick did not like each other. He hated Belichick. Bledsoe was ready to get up out of there. He hated him. And Bledsoe thought he was going to get the job back. They gave it to Tom Brady. So Bledsoe was already pissed at that, which he had a right to be because he's a veteran. He's been in the league that long. Tom Brady led you guys. And then the Tuck rule saved y'all. Because if it wasn't for the Tuck rule, we weren't going to have this Belichick genius. It would have been the Raiders played the Rams. And we would have had a high-scoring Super Bowl where the Patriots were more a defensive team. So that's what happened. Tom Brady made y'all career. And then you threw Tom Brady away like he was nothing. And you disrespected this man all these years. Bill Belichick, I've never liked him and I've never respected him. The only reason you are allowed to get away with what you had to, Bill, for one, you're white. Second of all, you won Super Bowls, but you don't give credit to those guys who are on the field. You get all the credit. And that's your problem. You're an egotistical bitch. Shout out to Cam Newton, man, and his dad. And the way he dressed should not have had anything to do with it. Just like Cam said, if the situation was different, they were going to go to Mac anyway, even if he was vaccinated. I agree. They would have gone to Mac Jones. That's who Belichick wants. That's who's the better fit for the system. Cam just thought he was going to be the backup. He didn't think, but he understands why he was released because his aura, his it factor, he has a big it factor. It would have engulfed Mac Jones, and Mac Jones would not have done well this year if he was behind him. So it wasn't because of the vaccine, people. Stop with the lies. That's why I'm here. That's why we're all here, to tell you the truth. Thank you for listening. I'm out. Deezy.